Where do you put the Adventists? The ones that preach that there are three powers in heaven, which is another form of expressing the Catholic Trinity, and they talk about the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit being in heaven, but when you tell them, wait a minute, that's the same Roman Catholic Trinity, then they tell you, look, you can't and neither should try to understand God, because that's a mystery and that was not revealed to us men. And it turns out that the Word tells us that it is just the opposite. It tells us that God precisely comes to reveal Himself to men, and therefore we need to know who God is to keep the law. And it tells us that that knowledge belongs to us for all eternity. Wow, my brothers! And I wonder, who will be able to contend with God? For example, when God judges them and tells them, wait a minute, you were not worshipping me, you were worshipping another God which is not God, to which you called Trinity. And then people would say, but Lord, I didn't know. And that's precisely your sin, that you didn't want to know God. Then that I didn't know is not an excuse. That is precisely your condemnation, not knowing. And therefore, when you confess it out with your own mouth, you would really be condemning yourself. Just like a little boy that tries to lie to his father and ends up telling the lie from his own mouth. Wow, my brethren, who will be able to contend with God's wisdom and intelligence? No human being can do so, of course. That's why some people say, oh no, Ecusaton, it is impossible that people receive the mark of the beast, or the number of the beast, or the name of the beast, in ignorance, or unknowingly, but it is possible. Of course, God will do all He can for every person to come to the knowledge or to know that the decision he is about to make will have eternal consequences. But it also happens that people refuse to receive that knowledge, and you text them, you send them the link to the video, you send them the email, you leave a note under the door, and they don't want to read it. They don't want to click on the video's link. They don't want to research about God. That willful ignorance is just to want to ignore who God is, and that will lead them to their final disgrace.